Okay, we are back. We're on page 4. We've done all our calculations, got all our schedules, and now we're going to do the year 6 financial statements. Now, I just want to remind you, year 6 only for the income statement. Balance sheets and statement of retained earnings. You can use an NCI, sorry. Balance sheet and NCI. NCI are cumulative. And let's just double check. Our sources are going to be basic transactions, and there weren't any. It's going to be changes in AD. It's going to be unrealized, realized, and it's going to be calculations. So, let's start with the changes in AD. So, here's year 6, and remember these are the income statements. So am I going to put this stuff on there? No, I'm going to put, so in year 6, I've got a $10 impairment loss. So notice here, there is something called impairment loss. So I'm going to add 10 to it. Okay? Now, what are these balances? What do I do here? Well, they go on the balance sheet, and I don't look at this one because that's year 5. I want year 6. That $27.50 is goodwill, so I'm going to put that under goodwill. Well, there isn't one here, so I just have to add it. So goodwill, I'm going to put $27.50, so that's going to be $27.50. And this, there isn't anything else, so it's going to be, so I don't need the plus there. It's going to be 10. Okay. So that was our changes in AD schedule. Now the little more confusing one. Okay, so looking at this, from the year 6 schedule, up here, what's going to go on the income statement? Which of these numbers? This one and this one, or which ones? Just year 6. So, we're going to fill in all this on year 6. So just take a second and follow this through. Depreciation expense. Well, we've got to make it go down 400. Make sure we're making it go the right direction. Accumulated depreciation has to go down. So if this is already negative and I'm trying to make it go down, it has to be positive. So you can think of this as a credit. We want it to go down with a debit, so the debit's going to be positive if you want. So that's going to be 400. There. Then we've got to do income tax expense, has to go up by 160. And DIT has to go down by 160. So there isn't one here, so we'll put it in. And actually, I'll show you how I prefer one DIT account. Connect likes having 2. So I'm going to have a DIT, an asset account. So it's a debit. And then I'm going to have a DIT, DIT liability account, so it's a credit. Okay? If you're doing a handwritten exam, you could use either way, but you aren't. So if I want, and I'm looking here, DIT to go down by 160, that'll be a credit, because generally I think of DIT as an asset. So we're going to here, and that's going to be 160. And yeah, I hope I'm going to do this right because I'm winging this one. Okay, so it's going to be the 160 down there. And it's so it stays like that. Okay. DIT goes down. Okay, so that takes care of our first transaction. Now, we go down to the upstream gain. Notice there's no income statement accounts used because all that was last year, but we do need to adjust the DIT equipment and accumulated depreciation. So, looking at the first one, there's no gain. Equipment goes down by 2,000. DIT goes up by 800. And then the next line, accumulated depreciation, goes down by 400. And the DIT goes down by 160. Okay. And I think that's everything on that. Just give me a sec. Oh. Yeah. Let me just double check. 800, 160, 162, 400. I just don't want to miss anything, you guys, and mess you up. Okay. So now we go to our calculations. We've got NC, and it is 1773. I'm just putting those ones. And then page 4, which is hiding. 4, we need our consolidated retained earnings at the end. 17,257. Okay. What did I miss? Oh, at the bottom I missed our income statement. So we've got it split into parent and NCI, and the consolidated net income should be 90/20. And attributable to the parent is 8,766 and 254. And that's from Calcs also. Okay, so I'm going to end this right now because I just want to make sure I get my totals balanced before we come back and write them in. So why don't you take the time and go through, add everything up, hopefully it'll balance, and I will be back next video.